A local woman was stabbed to death, her body found in the middle of a Gresham street. For the first time, you're going to see the crime scene photos from that day, and her brothers sit down for a candid interview they hope will lead to a break in this edition of Coin 6 Unsolved.
As Ann approached the intersection of 9th and Roberts, yet another cruel twist of fate occurred.
It does summarize the case nicely.
From his office at Gresham's police headquarters,
I got there within a minute of the time I was dispatched.
Claudio Grandjon watches the reenactment of a murder in 1988 that inspired a TV pilot.
I could see a large pool of blood around her head. That looks a lot like what it looked like.
The then rookie cop remembers a puddle of blood around Ann Hansen and her body left in a Gresham intersection.
It was more than what is necessary to simply kill somebody. It was somebody who was going way beyond that.
And unlike the show we watched, these pictures are real and something the now captain will never forget.
It's just a better way to operate, to not make things personal. But this one is definitely personal.
September morning, Ann was walking the last mile to her house after riding the train home from a local festival.
The call that we got was a call of a woman down. They were frantic, almost hysterical.
Ann was stabbed to death at Southeast Roberts Avenue and Dowsett Lane, in a neighborhood that still looks a lot like it did back then.
Even today, I mean, if that happened today, as much as we've grown, that still doesn't seem like something that would happen now.
In his police report, Grandjon noted Ann wasn't robbed. She wasn't raped. There wasn't even a reason why this happened.
It doesn't appear that they had any solid, good, viable leads early on, anything they could really grab onto.
Searchers scoured the nearby Springwater Trail for days.
There's no true closure.
Then the weeks,
like my dad says, there's no closure,
turned into years, and Ann's brothers still don't have any answers.
You just kind of cope with it, and over time you keep it in your head, you adjust, you keep a relationship with her in your own way. And I think that's the best way to put it, because they're never going away. Excuse me.
They want to talk about their sister.
You know, she gave people benefit of the doubt.
Who loved to ski, play soccer, and bake.
You could sense, what a great potential she had. And so I think a lot of, that's, you just never know. I mean, that was, great potential snuffed out.
The murder, though, might have weighed most on Ann's mother.
She definitely, took that sadness to her grave, for sure.
Do you think this will ever get solved?
That's a good question. Do I think this will ever get solved? I guess, I don't know, but I'm hopeful. I'm generally a pretty optimistic person.
Except without a suspect, a getaway plan, or even the murder weapon, hope, and an old DVD might be all Captain Claudio Grandjon does have.
I imagine for the family that there's a big hole, there's some lack of closure because there's no sense of justice.
You know what else makes this case really tough is police never recovered any DNA. But they are going to try this new test. It's called touch DNA. But that's even tricky, too, because when you think about back then how many people may have touched her belongings, you have to rule out a lot of different people. They didn't do the same procedures like they did back in 1988. So that's even more reason for folks to call Gresham police.
You just hope and pray that there's some resolution to this down the road. The number is on coin.com, and you can also watch other editions of Coin 6 Unsolved.